Hey Adventure Kids, it is so great to see you, and we are continuing our story about the very first Christmas. Oh, hey Pascal, why are you wearing that big fancy crown?
Well, I'm tired of being a simple, humble mouse, so I thought this crown would make me more important and valuable.
Oh, Pascal, your value doesn't come from the clothes you wear, or where you live, or from the stuff you have. In fact, in today's story, you'll learn that you are worth more than the gifts they give kings.
You mean I'm worth more than this big, fancy gold crown?
That's right. So let's jump right into today's Bible story and find out what happens. Far away in the east, three clever men saw the very same star, the star that God had put in the sky when Jesus was born. They knew it was a sign. A baby king had been born. They had been waiting for this star. They knew it would come.
He's here!
They shouted.
He's here!
And I'm sure if you'd been there, you would have heard them laughing and dancing and singing until the sun came up. At dawn, they packed up their camels and wrapped gifts for the baby. They brought their most precious treasures of all, frankincense, gold, and myrrh. Special sparkly, lovely smelling, gleaming things, just right for a king. The three wise men, actually if you'd met them, you'd have thought that they were kings because they were so rich and clever and important looking. Well, they set off. They rode their camels across endless deserts, up steep, steep mountains, down into deep, deep valleys, through raging rivers, over grassy plains, night and day and night for hours that turned into days, that turned into weeks, that turned into months and months until at last they reached Jerusalem.
How does a skunk put out a fire? With his extinguisher. Hilarious. How do cows count? With their calculators. You know you like that one. That was funny. You know you like it. You do. You like it. Why do geese fly south for the winter? It's too far to walk. That there was funny.
They rode their camels across endless deserts, up steep, steep mountains, down into deep, deep valleys, through raging rivers, over grassy plains, night and day and night for hours that turned into days, that turned into weeks, that turned into months and months until at last they reached Jerusalem. Jerusalem was by far the most important city for miles around. And as anyone can tell you, that's where a palace would be, and kings are born in palaces. So that's where they went. But they were in for a surprise. They went to see King Herod. Surely he'd know where this baby was. But he didn't. In fact, he didn't like the sound of a new king. It made him cross. He didn't want anyone to be king except him. But Herod's advisors told the three wise men what was written in their books, what God had said about the baby king.
Go to Bethlehem. That's where you'll find him.
Suddenly the star they had seen in the east started moving again, showing them the way. So the three wise men followed the star out of the big city, along the road, into the little town of Bethlehem. They followed the star through the streets of Bethlehem, out of the nice part of town, through the not so nice part of town, into the really not nice at all part of town, down a little dirt track until it stopped right over a little house. But wait, it wasn't a palace, and there weren't any guards, or servants, or flags, or red carpets, or trumpets, or anything. Did they get it wrong? Or was this what God meant? Sure enough, in that little house, there, sitting on his mother's knee, they found him, the baby king. The three men knelt before the little king. They took off their rich royal turbans and gleaming golden crowns. They bowed their noble heads to the ground and gave him their sparkling treasures. The journey that had begun so many centuries before had led three wise men here, to a little town, to a little house, to a little child. To the king God had promised David all those years before. But this child was a new kind of king. Though he was the Prince of Heaven, he had become poor. Though he was the mighty God, he had become a helpless baby. This king hadn't come to be the boss. He had come to be a servant. And that's our story.
Oh, I see. The wise men brought some amazing gifts to baby Jesus, but we get an even better gift than the gifts baby Jesus got.
Oh, what's that, Pascal?
The gift of Jesus himself. Jesus was willing to die for us so that we could spend forever with him. That's way better than gold, frankincense, and myrrh.
That's right, Pascal. In fact, that's our Bible point for today. You are worth more than the gifts they give kings.
Phew! I'm glad I don't need to wear this crown to be valuable. My neck was starting to ache.
All right, Pascal. Well, have an adventurous week, everyone.
So hey Adventure Kids, this is a part of the show where you send in your questions to me, Jake, and I answer them. So let me grab my mailbag. Hi Jake, have you been baptized? From Avery. Well, that is an awesome question. Well, Avery, I actually have been baptized and it is an awesome experience. So baptism is a way of showing on the outside what's really going on the inside. Baptism is different than salvation. Salvation is when you accept Jesus into your heart. Baptism is a way of letting everyone know that you love Jesus. So something that was really special with my baptism is I got to be baptized by Pastor Steve, my dad. Hi Jake, can you do a push-up challenge with Pastor Steve? From Annabelle. I don't know, let's find out.
All right. Ready?
Alright, 30 seconds, let's see what we got. I know, it's like you're looking at twins. Like father, like son. It's like looking in a mirror. Obviously, it was a tie. So remember, if you have questions for me, Jake, just go to the website, takeawaywithjake.com, and I'll be happy to answer your questions right here on the show.